Japan has many castles, with each one trying to carve out its own identity. Let's check out Nagoya Castle and its stunning Honmaru Goten Palace.
Located just minutes from Nagoya Station, Nagoya Castle is a very interesting sight and a big point of pride for those in the city.
The castle was built back in 1612 by our main man Tokugawa Ieyasu. He designated the construction to be carried out by 20 Western feudal lords. Their loyalty and contributions to the construction can be seen in the stone walls of the castle. Eagle-eyed visitors can spot different family crests carved into the stones and boulders, showing specifically which pieces were contributed by each family.
After the castle was designated as Japan's first national treasure in 1930, it was bombed and destroyed in World War II. Not all was burned though. Some of the architecture and screen paintings were spared. Also, luckily, the last lord of the castle, Tokugawa Yoshikatsu, was an avid photographer, and with his photographs and the remaining blueprints that survived, in 2009, efforts were put forth to rebuild the castle using authentic craftsmen and techniques. The castle is expected to be fully completed in 2022.
What made Nagoya Castle unique and special was definitely the Honmaru Goten Palace. This building, just outside the main castle, is the main draw for visitors. It was first completed in 1615, but it didn't see much use, leading to its pretty impressive preservation. The retainer of the castle, Prince Tokugawa Yoshinao, lived more at Ninomaru Palace, setting a precedent of absence for his successors. Only if the shogun came into town would the palace be put into use.
The castle has a dizzying number of waiting rooms, each one given to different guests depending on their ranks.
The Ninoma has tigers and leopards on the walls, and is meant to intimidate and impress guests.
Next in line is the Ichinoma, which is distinguished as a higher ranking room because of its secondary alcove and split-level shelving.
Third in line is the Sannoma, which has gentler paintings of cats and flowers on its walls.
Now, after the waiting rooms, are the rooms where they would have an audience with the Lord. The guests would be in the Omote Shoin Ichinoma, which is decorated with pheasants and cherry blossoms, both auspicious symbols.
From this room, doors would slide open and reveal the Jodan-no-ma, which is where the Lord would sit. There's also the private audience chamber, the Taimenjo Reception Hall. In the reception hall, there are paintings of commoners, meant to relax the nobles and put them at ease.
Leaving the reception hall sees you going through the Sagi no Roka, or Heron Corridor. This leads to the most famous area of the palace, the Jorakuden. This area hosts many beautifully decorated walls, adorned with plum trees and misty mountains. The really impressive parts are definitely the wood bird carvings in the hallways, creating vivid markers along the walls.
While the castle itself is closed during restoration, seeing the newly completed Honmaru Goten is definitely worth the wait.
The palace is huge, taking a good 20 minutes to walk through.
Don't let the queue scare you. It moves pretty quickly as everyone in the palace is moving along at a reasonable pace.
There are also a few live shows and performances to keep you entertained, as well as shopping, while the main castle is closed. It's well worth the small amount of admission to visit.
Like the imperial visitors of old, we cannot stay here forever. So for now, we move on. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next